Hi, my name is Alison Reiner and I'm delighted to have been invited by Lee Daniels and Project Positive Change to come and talk to you today about gratitude. And not just having an attitude of gratitude, but really making a practice of gratitude in your life, and how that simple practice can transform every aspect of your life, your relationship with yourself, your relationship with other people, your sense of self, your acceptance, your esteem, your self-confidence, and of course your sense of self-love, because that is the crux of the matter. That's the crux of every other problem you're ever going to come across in your life. And for me it's been life transforming, and it's something that I use. It's one of the very first tools that I introduce my clients to when we begin to work together. So today I want to take not very much of your time to explain what gratitude is, how to use it, how to maximize its benefit, and how to transform that attitude of gratitude, and I'll explain what that is in a moment, into a practice, and a practice that is transformational. So first of all, it's very easy. Let me tell you a little bit about me. I am a loved again and forever coach, and I work with women who are in a very dark place in their head and in their marriage. They're not sure sometimes whether they can remain in the situation or whether they're going to have to leave and face the world alone. It's a terrifying prospect when you're in that place. And and what tends to happen is we close in on ourselves when that one relationship that we put so much time, so much effort into, and we had so much hope for, starts to let us down. We begin to lose contact with ourselves, because we try to find ways of making our changing the relationship, changing our partner, looking for solutions, and always looking for, and I'm doing this because we're always looking for solutions outside of ourselves. And in that process we lose ourselves, we lose who we are at our core, because we're looking to get to keep something in place, to stop a change that we're not enjoying. And it's I say that because I've been through the process myself, and one of the very first things that I came across as I realised that I was in no position to make a decision as to whether I should stay or whether I should go until I knew who I was this tool called gratitude. Now, I think people use it as a word that we bandy around. Everyone talks about it, and that's why I talk about the attitude of gratitude, because of course it's very simple to say, of course I'm grateful to have a roof over my head. I'm grateful to have this computer in front of me to be able to talk to you. I'm grateful for my health, for my kids, for the money in the bank. I'm grateful for all these things, and that's a great attitude to have. It's already a step ahead of the person that's complaining that they don't have enough money, or worried about where the next meal's going to come from, and always looking on the negative side. So that attitude of gratitude is fantastic, but it's not enough. It's not enough. It carries you to a certain point, but and the attitude of gratitude is fantastic when things are going well, when life is going well. But what happens when your marriage starts to fall apart, or your partner loses his job, or you suffer an illness of some sort, or you have some, it doesn't have to be catastrophic, but you have some setback in your life that takes the air out of your lungs and the wind out of your sails. It's much more difficult to hang on to an attitude of gratitude when that's the case. So, and that's why we need to deepen the process and turn it into an actual practice. And the practice is very simple. So first of all, I'll explain what the practice is, why we need to transfer it from here, because logically we can all be grateful for everything we have, but we need to move it from here and get it into our hearts, and get it into a place that it really is something that's living and working in us, so that when you hit that stumbling block, yes, your first reaction is always going to be, oh shit, or oh God, how are we going to get through this, or whatever but your fallback, your immediate comeback is, what am I going to learn from this? Or this will pass, or it could be worse, or it could, so the practice of gratitude allows you to take distance from the problem itself and start to look for a solution, rather than being stuck in the problem. And I don't know about you, but most people, when they're stuck in the problem and they're focusing on the problem seems to grow and grow and grow and grow. So we don't want to do that. We don't want to stay stuck, and we don't want to give our power over to anything else. We don't want to give our power to another person or to a situation or to a weather phenomenon. We don't want to do that. We can't stop it, we can't change it, but we can change our own reaction to it, and that's what gratitude gives you. So I'll tell you a little bit about how my gratitude started and how I use it on a daily basis. And it's so simple, anyone can do it if you have the right attitude to it. And it's, for me, every morning, I take a piece of paper and a pen, I've got a journal, and I write 5 things I'm grateful for. 5 things in my life I'm grateful for. And I think about those things. So I write them down, and it might be some days I'm really grateful that I have got a roof over my head because I've seen somebody sleeping under the bridge the night before, and that really does make me so grateful that it's not me that's there, that I'm able to keep my family in a home, and I'm able to provide bed and food and whatever, and I really have that feeling of absolute gratitude, as opposed to that fleeting thought, thank heavens that isn't me. So I really connect with those 5 things that I've got on my list, and just feel what that feels like, and that's it. That's all I do. It's that simple. But what that changes is it somehow lightens me up. It somehow changes my perspective. It somehow, instead of waking up and handing myself over to the day without any real preparation, without any real thought or purpose in mind, just get up, have a coffee and start the day, it really focuses me on looking for the positive, looking for the good stuff. And that's absolutely a fantastic starting point. Then what happens is it also clears space underneath. So I'm raising my energy, I'm raising my vibration, if you like, by really sort of tapping into this feeling of gratitude, not just the attitude, but the feeling of gratitude underneath. What I then can begin to feel and look at is all the discomfort, all the things that maybe aren't working, all the things that I've managed to sort of hide and push down. Because I've created this space, these become more obvious. These become, these discomforts become more obvious, and they're easier to deal with. They're easier to take out and put down on paper and look at, or share with somebody else to look for a solution. So things that I manage to hide away, I'm not, oh goodness. So it allows you to really just raise your vibe. And then you're working from a different level. So you've got the confidence, you've got the right attitude to be able to then look at what's not working so well for you, what's not really what needs to be changed, and you can do it without that fear, without that anxiety that comes when everything feels heavy, or when you've no idea, everything feels a little bit mixed in together. But this actual practice of gratitude, which, as I say, is it's so simple that we should all be forced to do it. It should be a law, in my opinion. We should be forced to write this gratitude and really, really connect with it. And that's the major selling point of gratitude, of the gratitude practice, is really connecting with what you're writing or what you're sharing. And one of the nicest things that we do, that we can do, is actually to share it with someone else. I've got a gratitude group every morning. There are only 3 of us now, but it goes up and down. There used to be 7 or 8 of us, and every morning we send a list our list of 5 things to each other. And it's, it's fantastic. It kind of starts the day off well. You look forward to reading it. You look forward to what's happening in someone else's life. And also, it really creates a deeper connection between all of us, because we see the good, we see people, we see each other really struggling to find, something to be grateful for when life has, dealt you a curveball. And you're much more likely to go and, so pick that person up, or be kinder, be gentler, and be more understanding to someone else, and vice versa. Much more gentle with yourself when you actually see the process that you're going through, and you can see how much effort you're putting into building a different level of understanding, a different level of or a different way of viewing the world. So yeah, it's such a simple practice. It's something that I run. I started at the beginning of the summer. I started a Facebook group exactly for that purpose. Summertime's always difficult for me because there's a lot of changes going on, and the kids are out of school, and we're not at home. We're moving around a lot, and I get very thrown off by it. I don't like change much. I'm very sensitive to change. So I started a gratitude group, 30 days, and we had 45 women in the group, and they were sharing and sharing not just their gratitude, but also what was coming up for them underneath. And and by the end of it, those who completed the 30 days, the transformation was incredible. The change in mindset, the perspective they have on life now, is almost unrecognisable to the women who began that journey, that 30-day journey. So it's something that 30 days gives you a really good start. But this is this gratitude practice is for life. It's something you don't need to do every day, of course, but to get into the swing of it, 30 days at least, just to really, really feel that sense of gratitude. And keep tapping in when life starts to get tough again. Go back to gratitude. Go back, keep that attitude of gratitude, always rolling forward, but occasionally you need to go back in and make sure that you're transforming it back into a real solid practice. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you very much for listening. If you want to know any more about gratitude, self-love, how to use it really to get through the various stages of self-acceptance, self-confidence, self-esteem, self-worth, to arrive at self-love, then please do let me know. The details, I'm sure, are going to be on the site somewhere. So thanks again. Bye.